pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice. Our first item tonight, we have the privilege of recognizing some of the outstanding individuals who serve on the Winsted Volunteer Fire Department. These men and women exemplify dedication, courage, and selflessness, qualities that not only keep our community safe, but also strengthen the fabric of who we are as a city. Each year of service as a volunteer firefighter represents hours of training, calls answered at all hours of the day and night, and a steadfast commitment to helping others in times of need. Being a firefighter is a calling, and tonight we honor several individuals who have reached important milestones in their service. To each of you receiving a Years of Service Award, and for those who could not join us this evening, thank you. Whether you've served 5 years or more than 30, your time, energy, and sacrifice matter. You have shown up when it counted most, and we are proud to recognize your achievements in service to Winsted. I'd also like to take a moment to recognize and celebrate the retirement of Ryan Chatterton. He was not able to join us this evening, but I would like to thank him for his time with the Winsted Volunteer Fire Department. His leadership and experience will be missed. We wish him the very best in his next chapter of life. On behalf of the City of Winsted, the Council, and our extended community, thank you for putting others first, for your bravery, and for choosing to serve. I would like to acknowledge Ariana Vale with 5 years of service and Kyle Thompson with 15 years of service. Unfortunately, they were not able to join us this evening. Please join me in congratulating Matt Markenton and Brian Schaus. Both men are celebrating 10 years of service. Thank you both, and congratulations. Please come forward to receive your certificates. Brian, stand back here for 10 years of service. Very much. Thank you. Hold on a second. I got to practice this. Last time we did this, smile wasn't the best.
Here we go, right?
All right. Thank you very much. Matt, 10 years of service. All right, ready. I'm fortunate enough that to sit in on the chiefs meeting every month at the fire department, and Matt and Brian and Troy and all the others in the leadership team, I can tell you're very dedicated, and we are grateful for everything the fire department and the members of the department do. I've been nothing but impressed. Thank you. All right, we will continue on with the consent agenda. Items listed below are considered routine and non-controversial by the city. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless requested by a council member, staff, or citizen. If removed, the item will be discussed at the end of the regular agenda. Item A, approval of minutes. City Council work session, June 17th, 2025. City Council regular meeting, June 17th, 2025. City Council work session, June 1st, 2025. And City Council regular July 1st, 2025. City Council regular meeting, July 1st, 2025. Item B, 2025 street maintenance quote bargain incorporated. Authorize the city administrator to approve a quote from Bargain Incorporated to conduct asphalt maintenance and crack repair services on various streets in the city of Winsted in 2025 for an amount not to exceed $45,560. Item C, firework permit application, Winsted Area Chamber of Commerce. Approve the outdoor firework permit application from the Winsted Area Chamber of Commerce in conjunction with Spark One Incorporated to provide a firework display over Winsted Lake on Friday, August 8th, 2025, with an alternate date of Saturday, August 9th, 2025, contingent upon the successful submission of all required documents and fees to the City of Winsted and approval of this Winsted Fire Chief. Item D, Resolution R-25-30, firework display donations. Adopt Resolution R-25-30, accepting donations in the amount of $15,000 to be dedicated toward the cost of the fireworks display on Friday, August 8th, 2025, in conjunction with the Winsted Summer Festival. Item E, Winsted Municipal Airport Land Lease Agreement termination, hangar number 36. Terminate the land lease agreement between the City of Winsted and Mr. Rick Stodola for hangar number 36 at the Winsted Municipal Airport. Item F, Winsted Municipal Airport Land Lease Agreement, hangar number 36. Approve the land lease agreement between the City of Winsted and Mr. John E. Clausen for hangar number 36 at the Winsted Municipal Airport based upon the successful submission of all required documents and fees to the City of Winsted. Item number G, Security Bank and Trust Company pledged securities. Approve the pledged securities that Security Bank and Trust Company has purchased for the City of Winsted for the month of June 2025. Item H, Building Permit Report, May, June 2025. Approve the building permit reports for May and June 2025. Item I, Financial Report, May 2025. Approve the financial report for the month of May 2025. And item J, Claims. Approve the claims list for July 15th, 2025. That's the consent agenda. I would entertain a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as written.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
We have a second. Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. We have no public hearings tonight. We have no old business. We have no new business. So that will bring us to the organizational report. We are fortunate to have McLeod County Commissioner Nathan Schmaltz and McLeod County Health and Human Services Director Barrett Spores joining us tonight to give us a presentation. Welcome to Winsted.
Mr. Mayor, the approach, got a handout that we can follow.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Sure.
Well, good evening, and thank you for inviting me in to be part of your City of Winsted City Council meeting. Happy to be here, and I think the way I'm going to start it off is this is the McLeod County Quarterly Newsletter. City Hall probably gets sent a copy of it, but it's an outline that I want to use tonight to go through. I'm not going to go through line by line or page by page. I'm going to go through it rather quickly. But if you have any questions along the way, feel free to interrupt me, and we'll deal with those questions as they may come up. The boating safety issues I won't speak to. That was something that the state legislature has dealt with in this past year. So I'll go right to page 2. They talk about our county assessors are going out, knocking on doors. So if someone's approached with a notice saying that we were here, you weren't home, follow the instructions on the cards that they leave, and hopefully there'll be a good cooperation between the homeowners and the assessors who are out and about. Page 3 speaks to an economic forum that Liz Danielson held at the McLeod County Fairgrounds. I attended. It was in April. Some of the other cities attended as well. It gives you an outline of what was presented. It was a lot of statistics that were given to us during that meeting. It kind of, some of it makes sense, some of it needs further analytics when you see the data that was presented, but it was well received and well attended as well. I'll highlight page 4. The mobile 9/11 exhibit is visiting the McLeod County Fair. As it says, this is a traveling museum. I think it comes in on a large semi-trailer, I believe. So I'm guessing it's similar to the Wall of Healing that you hosted, and as well McLeod County hosted a year or two ago. But this exhibit is a museum which features the 9/11 event, the Twin Towers coming down. I believe that there'll be some artifacts on display there. There'll also be some volunteer witnesses, I believe, that will be available to speak to the public. So hopefully you can encourage others to check that exhibit out if they come to the McLeod County Fair. And I will also iterate that the fair is once again a free fair. It's free admission to enter the fair, thanks to ARPA funds and the McLeod County Board of Commissioners for making that happen. They talk about events for seniors and veterans. I'll let you read that on your own. Safe driving on page 5. We're all considered considering, you know, how to be safe drivers, right? So there's a little bit of education and statistics there on page 5. Mental health services, I'll just touch on that, and maybe Barrett will speak a little bit more towards that. But our mental health services was a joint, something that was how should I say that? We coordinated with Carver County with our mental health services. And that cooperation ended, and we now had to go out and find a new way to deliver mental health services for McLeod County. So as you read this, you'll see there's a group called Canvas Health now that we're contracting with to take over those mental health services and those 24/7 phone calls that come in when someone is having a mental health crisis. Page 6 again talks to you know, some new laws concerning watercraft use. I won't speak to that. And then on page 7, there's some schedules there about days, holidays where the government center is not open. And you might want to note on page 7, there's free well water testing going on at the McLeod County Fair. They're testing for nitrates. It's something that the Soil and Water Department is going to be doing. If you or your citizens are interested in that, please check it out or ask questions about it. It's not every day of the fair. It's just Thursday the 14th. In the community spotlight at the right-hand top of page 7, a REACH program is something that we had a guest speaker come in on who runs the REACH program in the Hutchinson School District. It was a very interesting presentation that he gave. The REACH program is a mentorship program that tries to reach those kids who feel like they're just not fitting in. It gives them someone to talk to. It gives them someone they can have confidence in. It was really appreciative to hear that they have a successful program there. And I think if anyone is interested in, you know, a reach out program, there's a good model going already in the Hutchinson School District with that program. As always, I'll tell people if they're coming in for tabs or services at the government center, please use the QList system. It will eliminate a lot of the frustration that people experience there by not having an appointment. The QList system is very easy to use. It sets you with an appointment at a designated time, and generally the questions I feel if I field a question about someone who said they had a bad experience at the government center with tabs, they see the people sitting at office desks but not coming to the front window service. Well, a lot of that is because people didn't have an appointment. And secondly, not all the people who sit in the office area there are trained to do the window service in tabs or licenses or passports. Okay, so again, I can't say it strongly enough that use the QLIS system, make your appointments, and it'll be a less frustrating experience for everyone concerned. Okay, so we've got a major construction project going on in District 1. Concrete started going down last week, southwest of Lester Prairie, and the Sportsman's Club hosted a large shoot, I believe, on Friday. So the concrete paving was completed right up to the Sportsman's Club entry as of Friday last week. Now, I guess yesterday they started the plant up, and the plant broke down here in Winsted, which set them back. There's been a little bit of weather delay going on, but I understand that the plant was repaired overnight, and they were up and running again today. I believe their goal today was to pave up to 190th Street. That's a mile to the south of Highway 7. I believe their targets are to pave about a mile a day with the concrete piece. So hopefully we'll see them, coming on this side of Highway 7, if not tomorrow, the next day. I do have an org chart here on the construction project. If anyone is interested in it, it talks about the stages of the project, where we're at. Talks about what comes after the paving's completed. I believe that the county engineer stated that most of the underground work might be done here in town, but I'm not positive on that. Maybe Neil has better information on that than I do.
We're getting closer.
Yeah. And then I think the concrete will keep going down, and they're talking about bringing in a milling crew to mill the asphalt portion. The asphalt portion goes through the municipality of the Lester Prairie as well as Winsted. So that's to be asphalt. Shouldering comes after last, and mailboxes and painting. So they still do have a target date of finishing the project sometime around August 24th. I'll finish up with, I always say that I enjoy what I do. I'm happy to serve the public here that voted me into office. And if you ever need to reach out to me, please feel free to do so. And then, if I may, I took the liberty of inviting our McLeod County's Health and Human Services Director, Barrett Spores. I'll formally introduce her in a minute here. It's kind of been a habit that I've done, because I feel like I want to expose the community to the people we actually have doing the work in McLeod County. In the past, I've brought the administrator, I've brought Liz Danielson, and I try to rotate so that you get to see some other faces on the people who actually. I always say that McLeod County isn't about the buildings. It's not about the fairgrounds. I always say our greatest asset is the people who work for McLeod County. So I value those relationships that we have. Before I turn it over to Barrett, do you gentlemen have any questions of me that I can help with right now?
No, sir.
Have a copy of that update you were just talking about for this one?
On this, it's the only one I have.
Okay.
I think Josh certainly has a copy, so he can certainly send you an electronic copy, I think.
All right, thank you.
All right. Okay, if there aren't any questions of me, I'm going to introduce Barrett Spores, McLeod County's Health and Human Services Director. Barrett can indicate how long she's been with how long she's been employed at McLeod County. She was there before I became a commissioner. I am now in my 5th year. I believe Barrett brings some very fine qualities and qualifications, joining McLeod County with the prior career that she had as well. So I'll say that it's my belief, and Barrett, you can correct me if I'm wrong, Barrett runs our largest department in McLeod County if we go by people working under her. Social services is large. It's the biggest piece of the pie in our McLeod County budget. So I hope you can value me having her here tonight to address you and maybe give you an idea what she does for McLeod County and what her staff does for McLeod County.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Introduce yourself, Barrett.
Oh, do you want to
I
hand these
can.
out?
Well, good afternoon, Mayor Albers, council members. Thank you for having me here. I guess you maybe didn't have a choice. Nathan just, or Commissioner Schmalz, I should refer him to. But Nathan and I have gotten to know each other quite well over the years. I'm fortunate to have him on a number of committees where he represents McLeod County that I have a vested interest in as the Health and Human Services Director. So again, my name is Barrett Spores. I reside in McLeod County. I am a 17-year resident of Hutchinson, transplant, but happy to live closer to a Target than my hour drive where I grew up. So, what I handed out to you, it can be real kind of overwhelming there. It is our organization chart. And so, as Commissioner Schmalz had mentioned, Health and Human Services, which makes up 3 different areas: our social services area, our income maintenance area, and then also our public health services. In some counties, public health and social services are separate. The Board of Commissioners decided approximately 6 years ago to combine those departments for some efficiency purposes, and we see that has gone quite well. So instead of having 2 directors, I am the sole director of that department. I will be celebrating my 5th anniversary at the end of the summer with McLeod County, and I'm very happy to be there and to be in the new building in Glencoe, excuse me. So this org chart, as you'll see, we have 127 employees that work within Health and Human Services. So it is the largest. We have the most employees. We have probably the largest budget, pretty close up there with highway, but we are probably the main budget there. So I directly supervise 10 people, 10 supervisors. And each of those supervisors are in charge of a team of people and a number of programs that they would carry out. So I'm going to kind of go down what each of those supervisors do in those programs. And please stop me if you have questions, because I could, Nathan said you usually end by 7. I could keep you longer if you wanted. It depends on how many questions you have. I can always come back again too. Are you going to time me? Yeah.
We usually end way before 7.
Way before, okay, all right, okay. So the first one, and many people don't really understand that this is a function of the county, but it is a mandated function, is child support. When there is separation of a married couple or unmarried parents, and there needs to be a determination of child support or determination of who is the actual parents, that is a role that we play, and it's a big role that we play in determining payments, all of that stuff. They are, I have 7 people on that team that are constantly doing financial information, financial requests, investigations, and doing court appearances to assist with that. So we also have a financial assistant supervisor, and she, and I have their names on the back too, if you're interested. She supervises 14 people, and what that team does is they will If someone is looking for an assistance program, whether it be cash or food support, or you've heard of SNAP now in the news because of the federal government, that is what used to be called food stamps. So we would determine eligibility and then issue the amounts that they would be eligible to receive for those programs. So that takes up a lot of time, a lot of people calling. We have to recertify people, redetermine if they're eligible. And you may have heard it in the news over COVID, re-eligibility or recertification for those programs was put on hold, which meant everyone who was eligible at the beginning of the pandemic stayed on till approximately last year. And so now we're having to go back and recertify those people, many of which are no longer eligible. So having to do a lot of paperwork there. We also have a family health supervisor. That person works within our public health programs. She is in charge of our WIC program, or our Women, Infant, and Children's program, which is they get WIC benefits if they're eligible for new mothers, mothers with babies. We have a WIC clinic in Hutchinson and in Glencoe, and we have many people who actually may live out of the county but work in one of those towns that visit our WIC clinics because of the convenience there. That team also does a number of family home visiting. They also work with our Hispanic population as a community health worker. So they are kind of out and about and working with families. Also on the public health side, we have a community care supervisor who has about 12 staff. And what they do is, maybe you have heard of Prime West. It's a managed healthcare system. We also have Blue Plus, which is a product of Blue Cross Blue Shield. So this is for our 65 plus population who are eligible for medical assistance or an elderly waiver, maybe living in the nursing home and need some assistance. This team makes sure to see if they're eligible and does the case management for them in order to be able to receive those programs.
Prime West is just for people over 65, or?
No,
Okay.
Prime West, thank you.
It's
Yeah, Prime West is for anyone for the counties of Prime West who is on medical assistance. This team just does 65 plus.
oh,
We have another team that works, the next one actually, the home and community-based services for our under 65 population, those who may be disabled, whether they are developmentally disabled or have a traumatic brain injury, those types of things. So they would determine eligibility there. Plus, they'd also do some case management for them, helping with their housing, getting services set up, being that coordinator of all the things that they need. Our adult services supervisor has about 12 employees. We have 2 people specifically that do adult protection reports. And in the last few years, we've gotten a number that our numbers of adult protection reports are increasing, unfortunately, especially after the pandemic, when people weren't able to visit their loved ones. After the pandemic, got to go see mom and dad and realized, whoa, something, it's not, someone's taking advantage, or mom or dad maybe needs some more help. So what these people do is they take reports that come in from the state. They go out and do the investigation. They find if there's neglect, abuse, whether it be financial. So they are, unfortunately, very busy people, but they're out there doing good work. Fortunately, with our adult protection process, we're able to do, if we don't find anything that's substantiated, we're able to do some preventative things to help things escalate or for another report to happen. So we're able to do some work on the front end there if something does come in and we're able to find a better solution for them. Our children's services supervisors, I've got 2 of those. One of them works with our children's protection, our child protection services. That is a big one for us too. Any people who are mandated reporters or anyone who feels that they've witnessed or seen something that they need to report of abuse or neglect towards a child, that comes into us. We screen twice a day for those child protection screens that come in once on the weekend if we need to, because we have an obligation to respond to those within a certain amount of time. We work closely with our law enforcement on those child protection things that are needed. Those staff go out and they make home visits. They go in the trenches and see what's happening, and sometimes those visits are not real pleasant, and so we really value our partnership with law enforcement in order to keep the kids of McLeod County safe. With that, that's the front end. So if there is a case that we would open because of possible neglect or abuse, then we help with the case management piece of it. The goal is always for kids to remain at home with their mom and dad. And so how can we help them? Do they need some training on cooking? Do they need to better financial management? Do they need to go to alcohol and drug classes? What do they need in order to be the best parents that they possibly can be? Unfortunately, that's not always the case. And so we do go all the way up through permanency, which is removal of the children from the home, and then to adoption as well. So we also have programs with truancy workers in the school. So kids can miss so many days of school per trimester or per semester, depending upon the school. And once that happens, then we get involved. Why is the kid missing school? Are they, couch hopping? Do they not have a regular place to live? Are mom and dad not there? What are the things that are preventing those kids from getting to school? We also have a supervisor in social services that does our mental health case management. And mental health case management is voluntary. So that's for people who they know that they've got some mental health issues, they want help in coordinating services, they want someone to be able to help them go to appointments or find them a provider or whatever that might look like. And we do that for children and adults. So that is a big piece of what we do at the county. Nathan had mentioned the mental health, and that's for mobile crisis. So anyone that's another thing that we are required to do by the state of Minnesota is provide mental health mobile crisis. So Canvas Health is taking that over for us, where if you call our number, it's still our same number that's out there, you will be able to talk to someone, and they'll be able to help you and get you pointed in the right direction. Last but not least, we have a support services supervisor and their team. They are the face of McLeod County. When you come upstairs to see us at Health and Human Services in Glencoe, they are the people that check you in. They are the people that are answering our phones. We recently hired a Spanish-speaking interpreter, which we are very excited about. This person is going out on visits, whether they be adult protection, whether they be case management, whatever that looks like. If our clients' first language is Spanish, this interpreter is going out with them. So we saw that definite need in some of our assessments and are happy to have that person on board. Even though we are one combined department, our social services we are funded through allocations from the Department of Human Services. So we get an allocation. Each program is a little different, but it could be based on population. It could be based on how often we've used it. Those numbers are coming out now to us for next year. Our public health program is grants-based. And so that is, we have to write for those grants, and they can be competitive grants. So it can be very difficult to put on your social services hat with your allocations and then work with the Department of Health and those grants and the public health. So
Those are state grants, federal grants, both?
some of both, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Sometimes we'll actually write for a local grant through like the Southwest Initiative Foundation. If we have a specific need, we will, and that grant works for us, we will write for a grant as well. So, yeah. A lot of the social services programs are, they're state programs, but county run. That is not the same in all 50 states. Many states they carry out those programs themselves. And Minnesota gives the county money for us to do it.
MA being one of those.
MA being one of those, exactly.
So with this recent federal bill,
Absolutely.
do you have to concern yourself with budgeting, or is it done on the state side of things?
That's a great question. We've tried to get ourselves prepared for that for quite a while because the cost would shift to the state, but knowing the state of Minnesota and how things have gone in the past, they'll shift that county back to that money back to the county. So we are running numbers, we're seeing what that looks like, just trying to get ahead of it. But most likely it'll come to the county.
Where they'll shift the responsibility to you? Is that what you mean by that?
Yes.
Okay,
And that cost sharing of it.
okay.
Yep.
So, that's a big unknown at this point.
It really is a big unknown, and there, I have another call tomorrow about it. But we just don't know. But that's what we suspect will happen.
Do you have an association of people like you throughout the
Yes.
state, and you guys all talk, I would imagine? and
Absolutely.
A lot of panic in those conversations
A lot
right
of panic
now,
in those conversations.
right,
Yeah,
right.
we're lucky enough to be a mid-sized county. Some of those larger counties, it could potentially bankrupt them. I mean, with all the cost shifts that have been talked about, if that would potentially ever happen or move the way that the trend is, that would be hard for them to sustain that.
But, I'm sorry, I don't mean to monopolize the questioning, but so McLeod County is what, 35 to 38,000 people? What?
I think we're 35, 34,
37.
Okay.
37, yeah.
What percentage of the population do you deal with?
That is a really great question and very hard to answer. I'm not able to guess that, but I would suspect that most everyone has been touched by a Health and Human Services program, whether it be education, information sharing, our WIC programs, our health education, know someone who might live in the nursing home and they're getting medical assistance or case management services. I would guess a large percentage.
Right.
Yeah.
Last observation I'll make, I would venture to guess that the majority of McLeod County residents had no idea how big of an umbrella you actually occupy.
Yeah.
Or.
Yeah, that is absolutely. We see people at their worst. And so it's not like, their best and their worst. But when people are having to come to see us, it's usually because they're having a bad day. It's usually because they're having struggles, whether it be financial, whatever it is, they need the assistance of someone. So those 127 employees are very dedicated to the people of McLeod County. We have a lot of longevity of people who've been there for a very long time and are very dedicated to what they do. The information and the amount of money that flows through that department is substantial. And they do a great job of keeping things confidential and working at their highest level to be as efficient as we possibly can.
Anybody else have any questions?
I thought you said we were going to divide the questions up.
I'm sorry.
No, Jeff covered it all. That was very good. Those are
It's a lot. There is a lot. I encourage you to go to our website and peruse that if you have any questions. If you speak to a constituent who has some questions, direct them to us. And if we can't figure out how to help them or what they need, we are partnered with so many other places within the county and contiguous counties that we'll be able to direct them in the right place.
It's a place that anybody could go.
Absolutely.
And not be afraid to
Yep.
get the right guidance.
Yep, absolutely. Yep. And it's a place that helps all people. At any time in our reception area, we could have young kids running around because it's a WIC day. We could have the elderly there because they are trying to help mom with some nursing home stuff. Or we could have migrants there because they're coming to work at Seneca for the season and they need some housing with us. So quite a variety.
Well, we thank you for the presentation. Thank you for what you do.
Thank you.
Very important.
Mr. Mayor, if I might finish up
Okay.
with, I'll just take a few minutes.
No clocks.
So the update at McLeod County, since I visited you last year, we added a new commissioner on the Board of Commissioners. Commissioner Lori Chuchka from Brownton is taking basically the district that Darrell Luthen served. Lori is a great asset to the county board with her governmental experience already under her belt, you know, being the clerk in Brownton. That's a tremendous asset for her. So I think she's way ahead of the curve in joining the county board, and we do truly appreciate what she brings to the county board. Barrett mentioned a little bit about cost shift and what's happened at McLeod County. When the governor's budget first came out, his very first budget, back in, I don't know if it was in February or when it was, that was not received very well by our counties, especially Health and Human Services. After that news broke, Barrett put together a balance sheet. Had the governor's budget proposal been adopted, that would have cost McLeod County taxpayers about $1 million. So we were on high alert trying to make sure that there was enough education put out there with our state legislators to say this is not workable for the people in McLeod County. And it's not just McLeod County. Other counties join in with the same response. So luckily, through our lobby with AMC, Association of Minnesota Counties, and also the conversations that we had, that I had, that Barrett had with our state legislatures, we avoided most of that cost shift. And now the conversation is carrying over into what happened at the federal government with the big, beautiful bill and SNAP. As Barrett mentioned, I'm also signed up to be on the same call where we'll be educated on what that big, beautiful bill might mean to us here in McLeod County on shifting costs. Barrett mentioned they might shift costs to the state. They might shift them right back to the counties. So we need to have more education on that, and then you know, try to see what the best course of action it is for McLeod County. Other news from the county, I serve on several committees. It keeps me very busy. It's a lot more than just showing up for 2 board meetings a month. As I mentioned, the committee assignments, we have 9 unions that are up for contract negotiations this year. Right now, we've had our openers. We call them the openers, our first meetings. But we're just getting started in that process at McLeod County. I sometimes tell people, you know, and Barrett mentioned the cooperation with other entities like UCAP. I try to reference UCAP to people. If you know people who are in need, UCAP is a resource. McLeod County Food Shelf, another resource for those people who just are having a tough time in life. So share that message with any conversations you have in the community. There are resources out there. We, in McLeod County, have a large staff of people that are ready and willing and very passionate about what they do on those who need help in McLeod County. So appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We've come to the open forum part of our meeting. It would appear there is no one that wants to participate. I don't want to speak for, so we'll skip that. City Administrator update and announcements.
The only thing I have is we likely will not have our August 5th meeting unless something comes up between now and then I'll give you the summer festival announcement that we'll have that August 8th and 9th.
Okay. Matt, do you have anything? Nope. Jesse?
No, sir.
Tim?
No, sir.
All right, with that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.